Outside London Stadium, West Ham fans, post-match reaction, replacement post-match pint, obviously, which will be coming back next year. But yeah, end of the season. I mean, we're all fucked from Thursday. We didn't really give a shit, but the boys picked up a good result in the end, didn't they?
Yeah, I thought it was a good performance overall. I thought Moisey went strong. I thought it was a lot stronger than what I thought it was going to be today. I thought they worked hard. You know, Leeds are here, they're fighting for their lives. Even going 1-0 down against Leeds today, I thought as soon as they went 1-0 down, you see Sam Allardyce get up straight away and they was just going to sit back, take that 1-0, just try to see it out. But I thought as long as we can play football today, get the ball on the floor, I thought it was always going to be a better team and get the win. And it's a nice way to round off what's been a very difficult season here sometimes. We've had so many ups and downs, but it's nice to, with this week, it's just been a perfect week for West Ham.
It's complete night and day in terms of quality of our players versus their players, and for us it looked like we finally started to click. The players have gelled. It's taken way too long, but that was a team performance today, and we went back to our strengths of what worked last season. We was just destroying them on the counter every time, and you know, I think those players, like you said, they're a team that are fighting for their lives. They didn't look like it today. You know, if I was there, I think that's a different.
I was a bit surprised because I've watched them the last couple of games. So they lost 2-1 at City. They put in a good fight, and then last week at home to Newcastle, they probably got stuck in. And I thought I was a bit worried coming here today because there's no pressure on us now. We're safe with the way results went yesterday. You know, we could have. A lot of players don't want to get injured. They don't want to miss out. All eyes on Prague now for this football club. I know there's one more game left in the Premier League, but I was a bit surprised of how bad Leeds were.
Yeah, no, that's it. You know, you're sitting there saying they were fighting for their lives. They didn't look like it at all today. They just looked like a puppy rolling over and having its belly tickled. Right, look, they showed a bit of spirit for the first 5-10 minutes. They got their goal, and the worst thing that happened to them today was going 1-0 up.
Yeah, I think it was a good goal as well. Great volley, Rodrigo. I mean, it was a long throw. Great volley.
Them this season, them long throws, and they've been working.
Yeah. And that's it. But if you're scrapping to survive, you put a better shift in what they did today. We made them look as bad as they actually are.
I never really disliked Allardyce, but I think he sort of mugged himself off a little bit in the press conference, and like he's obviously been targeting this game. And if he's been targeting this game, like, what the fuck has he been playing at? Because they was fucking dog shit today. Honestly, they were terrible. But it doesn't take it away from. I think we made them look bad in the end.
We made it look easy. It just looked easy. We didn't have to come out of second gear. The way we were just passing the ball around, just accurate and quality.
It's amazing what confidence does. That team out there today, even going 1-0 down, they played with confidence. You know,
not last season.
Yeah,
look like last season.
Look at Pablo. That goal that you know, his performance against Palace was very poor. He gets that goal on Thursday. Today, he was superb. You know, and it just shows he's back playing with a smile on his face. He looks confident. You know, let's be honest, a bit of better finishing today. We win that by 5 or 6, comfortably by 5 or 6.
Yeah, I agree, mate. And I think obviously we said it on Friday Night Pint about Soufal getting minutes. It was nice for him to get around. I thought he had a decent game. I thought the whole back line had a good game today. I thought Emerson was doing well, getting on the overlap. So a few times where he was free, but they just didn't pick him out.
Yeah, he got away with murder today, Soufal, though. He a few times grab him by the neck.
Yeah.
Get a foul.
Zuma went off at half time. I'm not sure what that was for, but hopefully he's all right.
He was back out walking around at the end, so fingers crossed it's all serious.
He's one of the ones that you need to rest. He's one of the ones that you don't want to play 90. Give him some rest because he's the most likely to get
injured. It may have just been that they planned that substitution, give him 45, give Kehrer 45.
Yeah.
You know,
just keep him ticking over.
Keeping Antonio rested was a good decision.
Definitely, and I think obviously man the moment, Declan Rice. You know, he gets his goal today. Whether it's going to be the last goal at this stadium in a West Ham shirt for him, I didn't get the feeling that he looked like someone that wants to leave the football club. I don't know what's going to go on. I just see a video where the fans were singing to him and he sort of like pointed to his head saying he's thinking about it. Like, it must be a tough decision for him because he's loved here. He's got everything. He's got the world at his feet at this football club, especially if we go to Prague and lift that trophy, you know. For me, why would he want to leave? I could see him having another year here and just see how it goes, see what happens in the summer.
He celebrated in front of me and Scott, and we looked at him, we said,
what, just you two?
Just us two, yeah, everyone else fucked off. But we was there, and it looked like a farewell, you know, the emotion came out of him. He just looked like...
I think that if there was any chance that he was going to leave this football club, I think they would have subbed him off so he could get a standing ovation with a few minutes to
I
go.
think, like you said, nothing is set in stone yet, right? Yes, the likelihood is, teams are going to come in, offer money. If we get crazy money, we'll say yes.
Well, I'm going to say
nothing set in stone.
I'm going to say something now. That there was obviously some news come out this morning, some breaking news that we could be in being taken over by the family that was going to take over Manchester United. There was rumours this morning that they're looking at West Ham now as a possible alternative to Man United. I tell you what, if they come in, you never know.
Exactly.
Football's a funny old game. You don't know what's going to happen. New owners come in. We don't know what's going to happen with David Moyes, but I can imagine that if them owners did take over, I don't think they'd want someone like David Moyes, no disrespect to him, they'd want to go for a sort of bigger name manager, whoever that's going to be. But and then if the money's coming in and players are coming in and Declan Rice is captain this football club, I said it on Friday Night Pint, wherever he goes, he will never be loved as much as he's loved here. And he's got everything he wants. He's the captain of this football club. He's a regular for England. Yeah, but he might win one. He might win one.
The big ones, doesn't he?
Yeah, but we all want, everyone, all these players, everyone wants the big ones. Not all players that turn professional win trophies. You've got to be very lucky. And I understand that he does want to. But if he stays for another year or two, he's only going to be 25. He can go on and win Premier League trophies.
I don't think West Ham will let him to stay for another 2 years, because then he'll be going for nothing. And I don't think West Ham, look, it's got to be a good deal for West Ham as well. We've got to think about the future. We can't cling our hopes on keeping Declan Rice here for the next 2 years and let him go for nothing, because we have to build.
Yeah, but what I was saying was based on the owners coming in. So if billionaires come in, losing 100 million or whatever on Rice in 2 years' time, that ain't going to really bother them, is it?
Drop in the ocean, and it's a no-brainer. You get this club for a good price. You get the stadium. You can buy the air around it. Like it's huge. You know what I mean? So it's a no-brainer. I don't know why. Spend 5 billion, 6 billion on Man United. Yes, they're one of the biggest clubs in the world. But then you've got to invest on top of that. You've got to do the stadium up. There's, you know what I mean, where they can just invest in the planes.
They've got to knock this one down and build it up again.
Well,
they can.
They can. Yeah.
I mean, look, on the game, I mean, it's Paqueta was just taking the absolute piss today. Like
it reminded me of Payet. I must admit, it reminded me of Payet when no one could get near him.
Yeah, and that's the thing for me. That for what the showboating he was doing at 1-1.
You moaned about that.
But if you're a team scrapping for your life, sorry, the next time he tries to do that, I'm kicking him up in the air and taking the ball.
But
that's what I'm saying. It's that's a team scrapping for their lives. They do that sort of thing. They get among. They didn't.
We did say that, didn't we, the other day? That you start doing these little flicks and that, and players that are their livelihoods on their reputation. They don't want relegation on their CVs. They're still scrapping. So it was good. But look,
he was special today.
Yeah, he was great. I mean, Bowen. Great through ball from Danny Ings. He didn't really do much today, Danny Ings, but he done a lot of running. He the little 1-2s. It's just not falling for him. Yeah, it's just not falling for him. But that little ball through to Bowen, great finish from Bowen outside left foot, bottom corner, 2-1 up, and then Lanzini, probably his last ever appearance in a West Ham shirt, like in the Premier League. Yeah. Well, no, he might get a run out next. I keep thinking this is his last game of the season. Well, forget about Leicester. But
last game
in Leicester, at the London Stadium. He's been a great servant for West Ham. He's give us some great moments in a West Ham shirt. You automatically think of that goal away to Tottenham when we drew 3-3.
Even the last season at the Boleyn. Yeah. I think we forget because it was all overshadowed how good Payet was. You forget how good Lanzini was that season.
I think listen, little word on Lanzini, mate. Injuries caught up with him in the end.
Yeah.
And he's obviously and you've got to respect his loyalty. He's been sort of out of the side now for 2-3 years since them injuries. He's never been the same player since. He's what's he, 30 now?
I think so.
I think he's just turning 30, but he's not quite up to the speed of the Premier League anymore. But I've never heard a noise out of him. I've never heard him saying he wants to leave. I've never heard him say he deserves to play. You had that couple of years last year when he said Diop and that threw their toys at the pram and left. He could have been in that, him and Masuaku, but he could have been in that boat and said, yeah, I'm the same. He never has done that. He's been a great servant to West Ham. Good professional. And I wish him all the best. I think he needs to go home.
It's not only that, it's the family atmosphere you got. You only see the videos from the other day in Holland in the change room after. You see how together this squad is. We had people weeks ago saying to us David Moyes had lost the dressing room and the players didn't want to even be in there with him. What people saying, people don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Exactly. We're all guessing out here, this, that and the other, but you don't know. And when I see them videos, it just shows how together this team is, and it's nice that all these players are coming together at the right time, and hopefully, you know, they can make this a historical season, and this could be one of our most successful in 43 years.
Yeah, I think someone said it in the fan cams while we were out here. It's the form when you hit the form, you know, and we're hitting form at the right time, and this could propel us. So as we don't pick up any silly injuries next week, you know, we're looking in good shape for the final. And you know, look, it's not going to be easy. Fiorentina are a very good side, but you know, we're showing what we're about at the minute.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've got a good chance.
The question is now, are we going to go as strong today against Leicester? I mean, if we don't, there's going to be hell to pay from Leeds, I reckon. But that's the question, because it's closer to the final.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not our fault that they've been shit. It's not our fault Everton are shit. It's not our fault Southampton are shit. It's not our fault. We're doing what we've got to do. We've stayed up. We was in a relegation battle. We got ourselves together. We got out of it, and we've got a European Cup final to look forward to. I don't think any of them players are going to think, oh, do you know what? Let's go full strength today. Fuck Europe. We've got to keep Leicester. Fuck them. That's their fault. It's a 38-game season, not a 4-game season.
I agree.
Yeah, I see a lot of Everton fans complaining before the team come out, by the way, that we was going to go under strength and they're going to play. It's not our fault. It's not our fault that fucking Leeds are shit. It's not our fault that Everton are shit. It's not our fault that it's not even our fault that we've been shit. No. But you know what I mean. So
you have a set amount of games to get yourself out of trouble.
It's not our fault. We've
no,
been
not
shit.
our fault.
No.
Our fault.
Oh, no, yeah. It's not the fans' fault.
You have, like you said, you had a certain amount. Look, we've had it before with Sheffield United. You know, they had 10 games to win one game. Couldn't do that. All right, we had to pay out money because of the Tevez thing, but. You're down there because you've been poor over the season, not because we've played a weakened team for one game. And you know, at the end of the day, we've got to do what's best for us. If Moyes thinks best for us is to rotate the squad against Leicester, then that's what he does. And if we get beat, we get beat. That's not our problem. That's for Leeds and Everton to worry about.
I love the last game of the season when they do the lap of honours and they're all out with their families and kids and that. And even like on Thursday night, I said it. Like I was so pleased with the reception that David Moyes got when he walked round at the end. I know there's been a lot of criticism towards him, and rightly so, you know, but it's nice now that I think everyone's sort of coming together thinking, do you know what, let's just get behind these boys and the manager for these last 2 games, especially in Europe, you know, and it's nice to see him get that reception. And
they've done themselves some good favours, the club as a whole, because let's be honest, 10 games ago it was in tatters, and he's pulled together at the right time. Players have stepped up, you know, and I honestly didn't think, and I've given opinions like 10, 12 games ago, I thought we was going to go down. I didn't think these players were capable of pulling it together under the manager, and they have. And what's important now, you know, the European Cup has. I'm not going to say glossed over a bad season, because I think everyone realises it's been a bad season. But what they have done now is it's started to gel a little bit. You know, he's got a more or less settled side. Some of the new signings that we've got have started to show what they're all about. And it's important that you know, especially with today, you know, look, nobody really give a shit if we got out there and got battered 4-0 today. It wouldn't have mattered to us, you know. It does not matter. But what it does do is it breeds positivity around the football club, and that's what you need going into, you know, big finals. You need people happy, you know, cheering, knowing that we've got a chance, knowing that we've got, you know, a manager that can change things, players that can change things, you know, and players that do care. And it's important to do that. You know, if we'd have gone into this game on the back of a European final, but on 34 points, it'd have been a very, very different day.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, I think that's why Moyes went strong for them reasons. You know, to like I said, there's players there that we need. Look, we said before Areola, he needs game time, but I think Moyes went strong today for them reason, about the momentum, about keeping
Positivity.
Yeah, keeping it all flowing, because it's flowing well at the minute. You know, like, you look at the Brentford result, that was fair enough. We didn't take that serious because it was slap bang in the middle of them 2 semi-finals. If we were playing for Brentford today, he would have gone strong today. You know, it's just one of those. And like you said, now keep the momentum going, keep the players ticking over, give the squad players games. Areola's got to start for me next week just to give him more game time.
Yeah, fully agree, because he's key. He deserves to play in that final. He's been great in Europe, and then, you know, there's a chance for. Would feel bad for Fabianski if he don't get a medal. Do you know what I mean? And depending on how the game goes, you know, there might be some sub or something he can come on.
No, he will get a medal if we do win it. He will get a medal. It's like they give them to the squads. I don't think that really matters. I think everyone gets a medal. I think we're only like one appearance away from a medal. Us.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters in cup finals anymore. But yeah, no, it's look. I'm just really looking forward to. I was looking forward to getting today over with. I'm looking forward to going to Leicester next Sunday. get the season over, and I'm just looking forward to this little build-up, because all the press, all the eyes are going to be on West Ham leading up to that, and it's going to be positive, building up to that final, and it's going to be great. Let's just enjoy it, because it don't happen often, and let's just hope we can lift that trophy in
just
Prague.
Bring it bloody home, and then back in Europe next season, which will be massive for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, listen quickly before we go, and I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. Cover this on Friday Night Pint. I mean, all the violence over in Holland, we just see one of the heroes of the day there taking photos with everyone, rightly so, giving a round of applause. But there's news come out today that some of the players may be banned for going to defend their families. I mean, if they do that, I mean, there's talks of it that they'll look at it banning them after the final. But if they do that, but some of them are saying we have to follow protocol. If it's before the final, it's before the final. If they do that, what happens?
They won't be banned. They won't be banned, mate. I think it was people on Twitter last night. They're just stirring up a few things.
No. This was in the press.
The thing is, like,
doing a good job.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Like the thing is, right? If even if West Ham do, they can appeal it, and their players won't get banned, because they was in their right to do so. They was in their right to defend their friends and family. The stewards and the police should have been doing the job. Alkmaar should be banned. Alkmaar should be getting the fines. Alkmaar should be getting dragged through the press. Not West Ham. They're the heroes. As you said, the bloke that was there who was defending the players' families and that. That's what it's all about. You do that. And it'll be. I can't see it again.
Common sense don't always prevail. That's what I would say.
And UEFA as well.
Yeah, but
one of the worst.
The thing for me is like how quick they would if they were to ban our players this season. How quick they are to act on that when they drag their feet with everything else. And the UEFA are terrible for doing that.
They can't do it. They can't.
Eric Dyer got banned when he was defending his brother, didn't he?
Yeah, but he got banned further down the line. This is the thing. You can't. This is some of these players could be their only final they ever play, and you're looking to ban them over something when they're defending their families because you, as a corporation, couldn't get the stewarding right. Forget whether it was
which was a setup as well, because you can see it from the videos. The stewards all stepped aside and let them push that down.
If Alkmaar come out and said, "Oh, there was problems here," we didn't see no problems here when we were at the game. And apparently the problems were opposite where we sit.
Well, this is the thing, right? So they say there's problems here, there's problems here, there's problems here. I ain't seen one single video. No tweets about it. No mention of it before. Yeah. Well, like it's deflection. Yeah.
They're trying to badmouth us again, but at the end of the day, do your job properly. That don't happen, and that is what it boils down to. Stop pointing the finger at us. And start pointing the finger at the things and UEFA's part of the fucking problem.
Yeah.
But look, as I said, let's just enjoy the build-up. Whatever happens. I can't see the players getting banned. It'll be fucking ridiculous. If anyone deserves to get banned, it's them. They're fans. They should. I think I read yesterday that their fans are banned from away games for the rest of the season in Holland. They've banned their fans. So, anyone who knows football, and rightly so, will.
You should do something like a 5-year fucking behind closed doors thing.
Yeah.
That'll stop it. It's embarrassing.
I'll be honest, mate. They need to sort all this hooliganism out in Europe. We've sorted it out over here. We quash it as quickly as we can. Over in Europe, it's disgusting. Some of the things that you see going on out there, and you don't see these clubs being thrown out of Europe. You don't see these clubs getting banned. But as soon as it happens and involves an English club, straight away
they're not hooligans. They're not ultras, mate. They're just sad people that dress up in black shirts and black hoodies, so no one can know who they are. They run all together. As soon as they're confronted with more than 3 or 4 people, they shit themselves. They back off. They're rats. They're rats. They're an embarrassment to their football club, and they're an embarrassment to the Alkmaar fans that actually stay behind and clap the West Ham fans, and we clap them, and they were shaking the West Ham fans' hands, and a bit like it was in Frankfurt last year. That's how it is. That's how football should be. There's more to life than football.
Yeah, 100%.
Right, let's wrap it up there then. Thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match reaction. We will be back, as I said, next week. Building up to the Leicester game, and then obviously we'll be building up towards that final in Prague. So don't go anywhere. If you're new around here, subscribe. One thing left to say, boys. Come on, you irons.